What made Alexis finally kick Julius out? What happened when Brooke surprised JK? And why is Courtney throwing her ring about? To answer this and other questions, allow me to take us back to the beginning. Hello and welcome to Lawd Lukan. It's time to keep your friends close, but your exes on the down low as we stick a tracker on another episode of Love After Lockup. On today's show, Bradley gets 10 years for crimes against ringtones. We find out what JK's real name is.
I want to tell you I love you, James.
Will drops the furry app for a new business idea.
What's next, a souvenir shop?
And Julius has been misbehaving on the internet.
You don't be on the internet shit, but be on the internet all day.
All this and more right here on the Lawd Lukan channel.
Go ahead, yeah, leave your family, leave your baby, I don't care.
Top of the morning, namaskaram and svaki to you. Big loves to those who've subscribed, you beautiful people. And a chapeau d'armor for the lords and ladies of the Lukan Manor. Well, my delightful muffins, the day finally came. Alexis has put up with all the rubbish and she's finally caved and kicked out Julius. And here is a little TikTok live where she streamed all the action.
Says he wanna leave his family, y'all. No, you did too much and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. No, and you want some goofy shit. What do you mean? No, you want that goofy shit. You don't be on the internet shit, but be on the internet all day. Make statuses all day. Go ahead, yeah, leave your family, leave your baby, I don't care.
And as usual, he's got nothing to say. She should have just texted him, frankly. He offers no, it's good, or whatever single-cell organism way of pleading his case that he has. He just blames Alexis in the most half-assed way possible.
No, and you want some goofy shit.
Dan walks out the door. No fight, no balls. Just off he goes. Goodbye, daughter. Pathetic. What an absolute waste of a couple of feet of skin. And the daughter is the loser in this situation. Alexis is just as responsible as this dickhead at this point. But why now? Why not the other day? Why not with all those other red flags? Well, this was posted the night before the next episode airs. And I'm wondering if there's something in the next episode which really blows her bloody doors off. We know he and the Droopy Troop recorded more stuff together. So will that be it? Did they make another video? Will it cost us $40 to watch it? She mentions that he claimed he wasn't on the internet, yet she found he was making status updates.
You don't be on the internet shit, but be on the internet all day. Make statuses all day. Go ahead, yeah, leave your family, leave your baby, I don't care.
So, did she ban him from the internet? Did she think that rather cutting this sad excuse for a shoelace loose, that instead she would ban him from the internet? Really? That's some industrial strength denial going on right there. Well, for the rest of this plotline, we'll have to wait till tomorrow. Until then, we're gonna have to make do with Savannah and Bradley. Yeah, I know, but I don't cast this thing. Savannah and her well-conditioned hair have had enough of not being the main character and are on their way to interrogate Bradley at work.
Do a little pop-up on Bradley while he's at work. We need to figure out what's next.
She does have pretty good hair though, doesn't she? Pretty thick layers. I doubt this low-dimension chocolate with a cherry sheen came from a Dollar Tree.
We need to figure out what's next.
Yeah, that job of his. That can wait. It's all about her right now, thank you, mister. Didn't you know they remapped the universe with her at the center of it?
Nah, we're just gonna silence that jank right there.
Yeah, I would have hired that ringtone too. What is that? That's slightly more offensive than...
Yes!
Bradley's most learned friend here, I don't know, Billy Bob, who may have a questionable moustache. I mean, if you're rocking one of those kind of moustaches, you're either a really big Charlie Chaplin fan or, well, you know, sort of not on the NAACP Christmas card list. But he may have a point.
You know what we do with those? We break up with them.
God, we were kind of lucky to get the end of that sentence, weren't we? Well, that felt like hard work. Clearly had a brief from wetv. He totally independently thought that he must pretend to give a shit about Bradley's relationship and promote a breakup. And of course, give that handle a nervous fondle while he was at it. What's with these people playing with their handles? He'd be sticking it in his mouth next. And while I'm moaning, is that even going to be straight if you cut it on the lumpy grass? But anyway, what do I know? What's Bradley's take on it all?
I do love Savannah.
But...
if she gets her straight, if she starts maturing more and being more adult, more self-aware about micromanaging me.
Oh good, so basically she just needs a whole attitude overhaul. He says he loves her, but what does he love about her? That nice hair unfortunately has a difficult narcissistic sociopath attached to it. But don't worry, Advice fans, Billy Bob's warmed up the old brain cells. I'll fire off another one.
We got some space.
Exactly, so take that in perspective.
And... Okay, then that was just it. Just take it into perspective, okay? Wow, good job, Dr. Billy Bob Phil. And as Bradley attempts to keep working, he keeps getting into
You just attack it.
What the are you doing, Savannah?
Damn it, Savannah.
I like all the ground roofing. I don't do that. What the is she doing here?
Well, apparently, the dog was so distraught after not seeing Captain Charisma for a minute that it went and told Savannah all about it, and she had to drive him down straight away.
Juice misses his dad.
Got to say that it's not like the dog's going mental for him, though, is it? But we know it's not all about the dog. She just wanted to rock up and be the centre of attention. Jobs mean nothing to her. She's got all the privilege and money, and jobs are just something that other people do. It's beneath her and her needs.
I don't know what to do here.
Well, here's a plan. Grab the dog, dump the problem, and go have a beer with Billy Bob. I bet he's quite amusing around a few beers. Maybe just a little mask or something for that face faux pas, and we're all good. While they do that, let's see what's happening with Brooke and JK. Last time we saw them, JK arrived at his ex Alex's house. Boop boop. And Brooke is filling up his mailbox.
Bitch, I don't know what you got going on, but being at your ex's house, that's clearly not gonna work.
And here she is, the woman herself. Alex? Well, he's definitely got a type. This one's done some scrunching by the looks of it. Do they still sell mousse? But while we're here, we might as well check out her apples, shall we? Yeah, this one's okay. Need to learn to blend a little bit more smoothly. No sense of tonality or light. Use of colour is sort of meh. And she needs to use her wrist more when following form. Apart from that, yeah, it's recognisably an apple. Therefore, it gets a prime spot on the wall. And while we're here, grey in a room of this size. And your sofa, it looks like a ball sack. Okay, I'm done. Thank you.
Hey.
What's up?
Nothing.
How you doing?
She cheated on him when he was in prison with her ex-husband. Well, hang on, a person hook up with her ex while the other person wasn't around? I mean, that sounds suspiciously familiar to me.
You know, she hurt me, so it's important for me that she understand that. And I just want to see if she'll admit to her wrongdoings.
Sure you do, yes. I'm sure he'll start the search in her pants, if she's wearing any. And can't he do that by text or email or carrier pigeon? It had to be in person, behind Brooke's back apparently. But a great deal of the emotional connection surrounds her cheating and a letter she wrote to him while he was in prison.
To start this off, I want to tell you I love you, James.
James? Well, I didn't expect that. Doesn't look like a James, does he? Looks like a twat with no teeth, but I guess you can't put that on a birth certificate. So what's the K for? Kenneth? Keith? Kevin? Well, I've decided it's Kenneth, so there.
You're such an amazing man, and I hope that someday you get the privilege of being someone's daddy or someone's husband.
Are we talking about the same James Kenneth here? She means this guy, right? Notice she said he gets the privilege, not someone else has the privilege of having him.
Privilege of being someone's daddy or someone's husband.
So what would the privilege be exactly? The privilege of not having to worry about trust because, there isn't any? Or the privilege of having sexy time next to a commode? I think that's what the folk in Lake Whitney call an ensuite. Somewhere that a douche is also known as a portable bidet. Anyway, James Kenneth makes the most ironic death tone statement I've ever heard in Lalu.
That nowhere in history is that cold. Like if you're with somebody to go in the middle of the night and see your ex-husband.
Just let that ring in your ear for the minute, yes. James Kenneth just said that. But there is one major difference between what he said and what he's doing. He said,
in the middle of the night and see your ex-husband.
But he's not doing it at night, so, haha, it's not the same, stupid.
I don't really have...
Okay, yes, good job, I guess. What happened to her? She seemed to just leave the planet halfway through a sentence. Maybe she's more his type,
Because, I don't trust nobody. I don't trust nobody.
Ooh, slightly distracted all of a sudden there, were you? Something important happening on the phone there, is it? Well, through the magic of having a second unit covering Brooke, we get to see one of the messages she left.
Once again, not answering. I don't know.
And for some reason, Brooke is trying to give him the benefit of the doubt.
There had to be a reason. He didn't just go over there,
I bet
go visit.
you had to go get a
I'm not even worried at this point about losing my job. My mind at this point is set on getting over to Alex's house and throwing hands.
Oh, good. So, fuck the job you have to support your kids and your mum, who runs the place. It's way more important to go jeopardize all that by potentially getting arrested for assaulting Alice. Granted, her mum's hardly likely to sack her, then it's not like they're busy.
I'm not doing that no more.
Well, that went well.
And before I get to the next section, the version of this episode that I found contains some adverts from the US. There was a Corona one. Ooh, that's a tough one to sell. Some eye thing where the model makes himself look like an avatar. I was quite impressed with Dandruff Man's veneers. There was something about a hemorrhoid cushion. I don't know, probably.
Ooh, this is nice.
Well, that feels good.
And an advert which is very cruel to old people.
Oh, what is that musty smell?
Oh, damn.
I'm standing right here, you know. I mean, it was a long car ride and these tender ladies don't hold much. And then there was my least favourite advert, the phone app thing.
I'm gonna make so much money.
Who the hell is this marketed to? UPS workers? Why are men so retarded in adverts?
Can you sell my stuff on there like that?
You can.
Can I sell my stuff? Idiot. Right, back to Lalu, and it's our last stop, Will and Courtney. And it's a frosty car ride following Will's questioning of Courtney's sobriety. And now they have to share the same space. I'm sure that'll be comfortable.
You know, I only want what's best for you.
Oh, it's one of those, isn't it? I'm sure we've all had one in the past. That post-Fallout drive. Ooh, I'm getting passive awkwardness just from watching. What's one of our problems now?
I'm waiting for you to open my door.
Ooh, Courtney, your stroppy bitch is starting to show. She's got her whole knickers in a twist because they came to a sandwich shop for the first date. And now Courtney is doing the thing my daughter does when I tell her she can't order the entire dessert menu.
I don't want anything.
You want something?
No.
Is that familiar to anyone? Now, how are we perceiving this emphasis on the money? Could we be thinking that this is her big deal breaker? Maybe she's putting up with him because his wage made up for it? It'd explain the scrunchy rings and basement wedding though. He wasn't being cute, he was being broke. But is this the sign of a little gold diggering? Or a legitimate concern that he's just not being straight with her?
I don't understand why we're at a sandwich shop for our first date. Like, are you broke?
Gold digger, yep. In 2 sentences, I'm convinced. Might be the editing, I might be wrong, but if she's really in love with him, it really shouldn't bother all that much.
What's next, a souvenir shop?
Why not go grab a sandwich together? What's wrong with having a simple lunch when you have a decent conversation? Well, she is, clearly.
Maybe you keep acting like that, yeah. Put you up on the shelf as a souvenir.
Oh dear, my fine friend, you are juggling with a little blonde firework. I like his balls though. Stand your ground, call her out and try and soften it with a joke. But Courtney's not gonna let that slide. She's gonna think up a whole burn of her own.
You want something for a souvenir?
Yeah, that's not really how you're supposed to do it. You just sort of do a joke, Courtney. Courtney, you still playing? It's Will's turn again.
I'm taking the bus.
Ugh, wouldn't do that if I were you. And with that, we've reached the end of the video for today. Thank you so much for joining me and for all the delightful support for the manor. It's always a pleasure to have you over. So if you enjoy what I do, then please do like, subscribe, and try one of these delightful offerings. So until we meet again, stay beautiful, love to my 3, and you take care of yourself.
Please subscribe now for our flag. Thank you.